Everyone watched as the new girl sat frozen at the cafeteria table, but no one expected that in the next few seconds, the loudest boy in school would end up on the floor, crying. Stay till the end, this story will change how you see strength. Bully tried to break new girl's arm in the cafeteria. Seconds later, he was crying on the floor. The cafeteria was loud, too loud. Metal trays clattered, chairs scraped the floor, laughter echoed off beige walls. It was just another ordinary lunch period at Jefferson High, except for her. Aaliyah Johnson sat alone at the end of a long table, hands folded neatly in front of her blue lunch tray. She wore a yellow hoodie that felt like armor, bright enough to hide the nerves pounding inside her chest. It was her first day. New school, new city, new life. Her mother always said, "Keep your head high, baby. People will test your silence." Aaliyah had learned early that being quiet didn't mean being weak. Across the room, whispers had already started. "Who's the new girl? She doesn't talk much. She thinks she's better than us." She wasn't trying to stand out. She just wanted to survive the day. That's when Evan Carter noticed her. Evan was loud, confident, feared, the kind of student teachers warned others about but never truly stopped. He thrived on attention and control, and today, he was bored. He slid into the empty seat beside Aaliyah without asking. "Hey," he said loudly. "You deaf or just ignoring people?" Aaliyah slowly looked up, meeting his eyes calmly. "I'm just eating." That calm, it irritated him. Behind them, students leaned forward, phones discreetly angled. Everyone sensed something was coming. Evan smirked. "You know, new kids usually introduce themselves." "I don't have to," Aaliyah replied softly. The table went quiet. Evan laughed, but it wasn't friendly. "Oh, you've got attitude." He reached across the table and grabbed her wrist, lifting her arm slightly. Aaliyah didn't scream. She didn't panic. She looked directly at him and said, quietly but firmly, "Let go." That should have been the end. But Evan tightened his grip, his voice rising. "For what?" The room froze. This wasn't a joke anymore. A teacher stood at the far end of the cafeteria, distracted. No one moved. Feared as that, it turns crowds into statues. Aaliyah closed her eyes for half a second. Her father's voice echoed in her mind. "Strength isn't about hurting someone. It's about knowing when not to be afraid." She inhaled. Then, everything changed. With a swift, controlled movement, Aaliyah twisted her arm just enough to break his grip. Not violently, not recklessly. Just precisely. Evan yelped. The sudden loss of control sent him stumbling backward. His tray flipped. Milk spilled. He lost his balance and landed hard on the cafeteria floor. The sound echoed. Gasps filled the room. Evan sat there stunned, eyes wide, breath shallow. The pain wasn't just physical. It was humiliation. He tried to stand but slipped again, panic rushing in. His voice cracked. Tears filled his eyes. I didn't." Aaliyah stood up, not towering, not threatening, just calm. She looked down at him and said words so quiet they somehow silenced the entire room. "I ask you to let go." No insults, no anger, no victory smile, just truth. A teacher finally rushed over. Then another. "What happened here?" one demanded. Students spoke all at once. He grabbed her. She didn't even do anything. He started it. Evan was helped up, face red, eyes wet, confidence gone. Aaliyah picked up her tray. Her hands were steady. Later that day, the principal called her into the office. "I heard you handled yourself," he said carefully. Aaliyah nodded. "I didn't want trouble. I just wanted respect." He studied her for a long moment. "You have that now." Word spread fast. By the next morning, the whispers had changed. "That's the girl." She stood up without yelling. She didn't even look scared. Evan avoided her after that. Not because she hurt him, but because she showed him something he'd never felt before. Power without cruelty. Weeks passed. Aaliyah made friends, joined clubs, laughed more. And every time she walked into that cafeteria, heads turned, not in fear, but in respect. Because sometimes, the strongest moment isn't when someone falls. It's when someone rises, without becoming what tried to break them. It's stories like this move you, inspire you, and remind you that quiet strength is real. Make sure you subscribe to USA Drama 2.0. Hit the subscribe button, like this video, and turn on notifications so you never miss a powerful story.